Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Uh, Today, I want to present my subject in structures, dynamic, and earthquake engineering as my first evaluation that I make a materials about week one to week four. Before that, my name is Muhammad Ilham Nur Hashim, and my numbers is 2035241035. So what we're gonna talk about is number one is earthquake and building response, general vibration mechanics. This day I specifically talk about SDOF or single degree of freedom system and all thing in it, and the example and problem solving. The next is earthquake and building response. Nah, before talking about an earthquake, we know that like before before continents like now, before that is supercontinent Pangea and plates move like a human. Plates movement or plate tectonics refer to slow continuous motion of earth lithospheric plates driven by heat from the plates inter causing convection currents in the underlying mantle. Nah, the cause of place movement is number one is convection currents. Convection current is like you boiling a water. Hot water is going up, right? And when hot water being cold again, he going to go below. And the cyclus is like convection currents. So, how plates move? How plates move is number one is convergent boundaries. Convergent boundaries like they pull each other, they go near each other. And number two is divergent boundaries, or they pull apart, tear apart each other. And transform boundaries that it's going intersect each other like this. Okay, earthquake is a sudden movement of the ground. Sudden movement of the ground caused by the behavior of earth tectonic plates such as orogenisis and aperogenesis or things about it. By its source, earthquakes are categorized. Number one is tectonic earthquake, like we talked above it. Volcanic earthquakes that caused by volcanic activity. Collapse earthquake, like landslide or anything else. Explosion earthquake, like you drop a bomb on Hiroshima. Nuclear bomb. Before we talk about how earthquake measured, we should know what is epicenter and hypocenter. Hypocenter, like you look over in this picture, is where is the earthquake originally from, and epicenter is the projection on the land or on the surface area. Nah, how the earthquake measured is divided by two, is quantitative or qualitative. Quantitative measurement, you focus on magnitude. Earthquake size measured by its larger amplitude on standard seismograph. In Indonesia, we familiar about scalar Richter or Richter scale, which is M or magnitude in Richter scale is log A or biggest amplitude means by log A0 or standard amplitude. Number two is qualitative measurement that you look subjectively on earthquake intensity. The earthquake size by looking its impact on surface or specific area, the familiar standards such as modified Mercalli intensity or MMI 1956. Next is building response to earthquake. There is two video that I put in my presentation. Building response usually investigated by structure dynamic concept. Nah, what is structure dynamics? Structure dynamic is the study of the response or behavior of structure due to a dynamic load, which is the load of magnitude, direction, or its position change over time. When an earthquake moves, the base of structure or the structure experience the first instant law. Like force of inertia. The moment of inertia affecting the structure movement behavior as the structure is time to follow the motion of the ground. So, like structure, the ground is moved like this, and the structure is follow the motion of the ground. Okay. The response of the structure is influenced by number one is earthquake amplitude, number two is ground motion, characteristic of structure, foundation types, and material. Nah, talking about characteristic of structure, I have a video that this brick, steel, wood, and steel building is nah is the paling lemah. Okay, and the building respond differently to earthquake depending on their size, the type of ground motion. Small, stiff buildings are more sensitive to high frequency or short, rapid ground shaking, while tall, flexible buildings are more sensitive to low frequency, long, slow ground shaking. Now, this phenomenon is known as resonance, where building a natural frequency of vibration matches the frequency of the ground motion, amplifying the shaking and increasing the risk of the damage. So, like this video, this tall and flexible buildings is short, small, stiff buildings. When this Mister shaking this shaking rapidly, this small building will affected. But when you shaking it slowly, small buildings affected. Okay, that's cool, right? Okay, next is vibration mechanics. Vibration mechanics is one of study that focus on the investigation of oscillation that occur about an equilibrium point. Okay, what the reason we study this? The reason civil engineers study this topic because the vibration that occurs from the earthquake affecting building structure through its foundation respond to the ground movement. Earthquake, like we talked about before, is a dynamic load. It's changing over time. Due to its characteristic, earthquake response must be calculated dynamically. Degree of freedom, or DOF, is term used to describe possible movement of a rigid body when subjected to either static or dynamic loads. We know that structure is like this before. This illustrated three-story buildings is multiple degree of freedom, and single degree of freedom is just one variable that's moved or that's been calculated. In a space 3D, an unconstrained rigid body has six possible movement like this, or degrees of freedom. Three translational and three rotational. It can move along its x, y, and z x and rotate about its x, y, and z x. It's from Dassault System 2012. Okay, next is structural analysis. There is two type of structural analysis, whether static or dynamic. The static structural analysis is when the mass is constant or not changing over time. The effect of inertia is non-existent or can be ignored. The structural response depends on stiffener or K. The structural response is displacement of X. Now, the equation of motion or equilibrium equation is P, or the force, equal to K multiplied by X. Okay, the next is dynamic structural analysis that we talk in this presentation. Loads change rapidly, dynamic load. Like apa? Earthquake. The effect or inertia force needs to be considered. The structural response depends on mass, M, damping, C, stiffness, K. Structural response displacement X, velocity X double accent, X accent, or V, acceleration is X triple accent, or A. Nah, the equation of motion or equilibrium equation is mx double action t plus tx action t plus k multiplied by x t is equals to p over t. Nah, this you can read it alone. P is the external dynamic loads or forcing function applied to the structure over time. Before we talk about this, uh, I inform you that is a forced vibration or free vibration when P is zero or P is have a value. Okay, next, single degree of freedom of SDF system is the simplest vibrating system that can be modeled as a single degree of freedom on one DOF system. In a one DOF system, one variable can describe the motion of system. Like this is a spring mass model. This is a pendulum mass model. This is rotational mass model. There's two variable that k is the stiffness or mass or x is displacement. Like this, they have a degree of theta. Okay, but SDF system usually have a damping or C. Damping is like shock breaker or on motorcycle. Okay, the key variable to understanding SDF system is number one is K is stiffness, C is damping, omega n is natural frequencies, X is displacement, F frequency, T periods, E modulus of elasticity, E moment of inertia, T time, V zero initial velocity, or M double action. Okay. M action, sorry. So the equation of motion is divided by four condition, where is without damping, with damping, force without damping, and force with damping. The general equation is mx plus gx plus kx equal to pt over time is free vibration without damping, where the c is zero, and free vibration with damping is c is valid. So this is the differences. And like I talked before, there's a force vibration. Force vibration is the p is not zero, the v is have a value. So without damping is c is zero, but p is have a value. And with damping is c is with a value. Okay. When you try to understand what is x with two dots and with x with one dot is um so velocity or acceleration is derivative from x or x from distance. So this is the first derivative of x is the velocity. X with two dots is third two derivative or from x is acceleration. Okay, next is the example. Nah, this from vibration mechanics from South University of California. One story building that AE is like we talk about materials mechanic. L is the distance, H is the height, X is the displacement. Okay, the equation of motion can be described by x over a time, or displacement over a time is x zero or initial condition, multiple by nat- cos multiple by natural frequency, not multiple by time, plus initial velocity divided by natural frequency multiplied by sin natural frequency over time. Nah, where case is stiffness of the column? Therefore, how we find the stiffness of the column? This from Castiglione theorem, where K is 12 AE divided by H pangkat 3. Nah, since the frame has the column, the stiffness of SDF, the simple way you just multiply it by 2 because it's two column is, so the natural frequency is described at root of 24 EI divided by H pangkat 3 multiplied by mass. Okay, the problem example because my lack of English skills at numerical English, I will talk in Indonesia. Jadi untuk getaran bebas tanpa redaman. Oke, persoalan pertama, kita dikasih soal seperti ini, di mana masanya itu 20 ton dengan EI-nya itu sudah diketahui di sini, EE betonnya ini, untuk inersianya nanti kita cari. X0-nya itu kondisi awalnya 10 mm, untuk kecepatan awalnya itu 500 mm per second. Dengan kolom beton ukurannya 400 kali 400. Nah, di sini kita menentukan frekuensi alami dan periode getaran alami struktur, perpindahan dan kecepatan saat T 0,2 detik, amplitudo, dan juga nanti kita plot grafiknya. Ketika T sama 0 sampai T sampai 1 detik. Nah, pertama kita nyari inersianya, jadi sudah bisa semua ya. Inersianya ketemu, setelah itu kita nyari stiffness atau K. Nah, kita kan 12 EI per H pangkat 3. Nah, ketemu ini. Nah, karena kolomnya ada dua, nah untuk stiffness itu atau kekakuan, kalau dia bentuknya paralel seperti ini, dia malah jumlah. Kalau dia bentuknya seri, dia malah dibentuk kayak paralel. 1/K plus 1/K sama dengan 1/K. Ya, kayak gitu. Nah, untuk K-nya sudah ketemu, setelah itu tentukan frekuensi alami atau omega N ya. Nah, untuk omega N rumusnya tadi kita sudah dapat K per M. Nah, K-nya ini, M-nya ini sudah ketemu. Frekuensi itu adalah omega dibagi 2 pi kalau kalian masih ingat ya. Kalau nggak satu satu per T. Itu 4,9312 Hz. Nah, untuk periode 1/F, udah umum ya. Ketemu periodenya. Nah, setelah itu kita menentukan perpindahan dan kecepatan sistem saat T 0,2 detik. Gimana? Ini sudah kita ketahui semuanya, sudah kita hitung. Ini kita karena posisi tanpa redaman, ini equation of motionnya itu mx plus kx. Nah, seperti ini. Nah, rumusnya bandingkan sama ini ya. X 0 kali cos omega T itu sama dengan X turunan pertama dari X, itu V. Itu V0 ini sebenarnya. Ini adalah V0. Ini ada. Nah, terus dimasukkan aja nilainya. Kita ketemu persamaan dari X ini. Ini diturunkan ya. Dari cos diturunkan dari sini. Nah, perpindahan, caranya mencari perpindahan adalah substitusi dari X yang tanpa kita turunkan, substitusi ke sini. Nanti kita dapat perpindahannya. Untuk kecepatan saat T 0,2. Nah, kita masuknya itu di setelah ini X ini diturunkan kan. Cos itu turunannya kan min sin. Terus sin itu turunannya cos. Nah, diturunkan. Setelah itu kita masukkan 0,2. Nah, kita ketemu kecepatannya. Nah, ini perpindahan, ini kecepatan. Oke. Setelah itu mencari lagi yang namanya amplitudo. Amplitudo itu yang tadi kayak simpangan di grafik. Itu rumusnya ini ya bisa dibaca sendiri. Ini X0 jangan lupa ini kecepatannya yang milimeter per second tadi. Itu ketemu rho-nya 18,98. Setelah itu kita masukkan dan tetanya itu 1,6137. Setelah itu kita masukkan ke persamaan ini. Menghasilkan persamaan amplitudonya itu eh, amplitudonya XT-nya itu 18,98 cos 30,98 T min 1,6137. Nah, ini di plot perpindahan ini pakai Excel ya ini ya. Sampai 0 detik yaitu kita kan sudah menemu amplitudonya. Nah, kita masukkan ke persamaan amplitudonya. Nah, misal 0. 0 berarti posisinya di sini. 18,98. Nah, posisinya di sini terus kita masukkan 0,2 atau 0,1, 0,2, 0,4 terserah sampai 1. Nanti akan membentuk grafik seperti ini. Nah, ini tanpa redaman ya. Nah, oke, next. Selanjutnya adalah ketika dia itu memakai redaman. Nah, ini simbol peredam. Ini untuk parameternya itu sama seperti soal yang pertama, cuma dia itu ditambahi dengan peredam di sini. Dengan damping rasio, faktor peredamannya itu 0,05. Nah, soalnya itu menentukan frekuensi alami dan periode getar. perpindahan saat T 0,2, plot perpindahan sistem untuk selang waktu T0, T sama dengan 2, T sama dengan 1, dan tentukan pengurangan logaritmik sistem. Sama yang terakhir nanti akan saya bandingkan terkait antara dia pakai peredam atau nggak pakai peredam. Nah, pertama kita ada menentukan frekuensi alami ya. Untuk rumusnya itu berbeda dengan frekuensi alami untuk yang tanpa redaman tadi, di mana dia itu dikurang satu dikurang ini maaf ya ini dikurang dengan damping rasio kuadrat. Nah ini ketemu ketemu natural frekuensinya di sini. Nah ini adalah frekuensi yang tanpa redaman yang tanpa redaman ini yang dengan redaman. Nah ini hampir sama kan dan omeganya hampir sama. Ini frekuensinya hampir sama, periodenya hampir sama. Nah, yang kedua adalah tentukan perpindahan sistem saat T sama dengan 0,2 detik. Nah, ini dari yang sudah kita perhitungkan tadi, di mana rumusnya ini bisa dibaca sendiri ya. Untuk akar dari X 0 kuadrat plus X aksen kuad 0 plus damping rasio kali omega dikalikan kali omega X divide by natural frequency atau omega. Nah, kita ketemu rho-nya ini, ketemu tetanya ini, setelah itu kita masukkan ke persamaan untuk S2F dengan damping. Seperti ini. Akhirnya kita ketemu untuk perpindahan di 0,2 second, dia ketemu di 06,15 mm. Nah, selanjutnya kita plot perpindahan. Eh, itu kan sudah ketemu fungsi dari perpindahan ini. Fungsinya terus kita masukkan untuk 0 sampai 0,1 di T, T-nya ini. Setelah itu kita plot di grafik. Nah, ketemu ini. Nah, dia damping kan. Nah, setelah itu kita mencari yang namanya pengurangan logaritmik sistem. Nah, pengurangan logaritmik itu adalah dia itu sejauh apa berkurangnya sampai dia di titik ke satu. Nah, caranya adalah pengurangan logaritmik itu dari 2pi kali damping rasio per akar dari satu min damping rasio kuadrat. Nah, sebelumnya kita kan udah dapat nih yang namanya apa persamaan amplitudenya. Nah, kita masukkan ketika dia posisi maksimal dan posisi minimal. Posisi dia sorry, posisi dia nol, posisi dia 2pi atau satu lingkaran penuh. Nah, di sini kita masukkan aja untuk X-nya, T-nya ini. Untuk X1 dia 18,45, X2-nya itu dia 13,47. Nah, kita masukkan di persamaan tadi ini, kita ketemu pengurangan logaritmanya 0,3146. Nah, dari dia itu bergeraknya ke sini, makin kecil makin kecil. Nah, ini ada perbandingan ketika dia dengan redaman atau tanpa redaman kan. Nah, kita lihat sendiri atau dia tanpa redaman itu dia steady state atau dia itu stabil. Dia nggak berkurang. Kalau dengan redaman kan dia berkurang kecil-kecil. Sejauh apa redamannya itu tergantung dengan ini damping rasionya. Nah, ya, jadi untuk damping rasio 0,05 dia tuh bentuk plot grafiknya itu seperti ini. Nah, gitu. Nah, untuk di T-nya dia itu perbedaannya itu sangat tipis sekali ya. Ini periodenya itu 0,2028 yang dengan damping itu 0,2025. Ya, itulah. Oke, baik, untuk sumber yang saya gunakan nih yaitu buku dari Vibration Mechanics, A Practical Introduction for Mechanical Civil and Aerospace Engineers, University of South Carolina, Columbia. Untuk YouTube-nya saya pakai cerita unik teknik, cerita anak teknik, sorry, di materi dinamika struktur dan belajar struktur di UBL di materi rekayasa gempa. So, this is my materials. Terima kasih kalau ada salah. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.